Hey guys, so welcome to my kitchen, and I'm basically not going to be showing my face for the first video because I am all messed up and I'm super tired because I had a very long day. But I just want to show you guys how I make my sweet and sour chicken, as you guys saw in the intro. So firstly, I went ahead and I cut up my fillets. This is chicken fillets, and I added some pepper and some salt, and I'm letting this sit for about 20 minutes. And then I also cut up my peppers. You can add just green peppers, but I added green, red and yellow peppers. You can add any vegetable you want, but I just love the way peppers go with like a nice sweet and sour tangy food. So I'm going to show you guys how I make the sauce to go with the sweet and sour chicken. So you'll be needing a bowl, a spoon, some sugar, some soya sauce. You can use any soya sauce that you like, some tomato sauce, and some vinegar. I'm just going to be using normal regular vinegar. I do have apple cider vinegar, but this one actually tastes better with it, so I'm going to be using that. And again, you'll be needing a spoon. So I'm going to show you guys how I mix the sauce up. Okay, let's get started with the sauce. I'm going to be taking a tablespoon, and I'm going to start off with my tomato sauce. And I'm going to be adding, actually let me just put it straight into the bowl. Not so much, because I find that adding the paste and the tomato sauce and all of that straight into the bowl, it works better for me. Then I'm going to be adding some sugar. I'm just going to get another spoon for this. So I'm just going to be adding like a tablespoon of sugar, maybe a tablespoon and a little bit more. And I'm going to be adding a tablespoon of vinegar. Now honestly guys, I do not measure and cook. I just cook and feel. I don't even know if that makes sense, but that's how I cook. And I'm just going to add some soya sauce. The soya sauce, you don't need to add a lot. You just can add maybe about 1 tablespoon. And just going to give this a nice stir. This is the sauce that makes everything taste really good. So we're just going to whisk that up. Just going to go ahead and add more sugar. Just use your discretion, guys. If you use your discretion, you always make something with love. So I just go about as I feel I need, and I add. I don't, as I said, I don't measure. So we're doing a lot of the sauce because I'm doing quite a bit. So I just want this to be really nice. Okay guys, let's go ahead and make the batter for the chicken, and let's get started. So in a cup I have all-purpose flour right here. I'm putting 1 cup because I am making a lot. I don't have to sift it or anything like that. I just use my spoon and like break it up. And then I'm going to be adding 2 teaspoons, sorry, or 1.5 teaspoon of corn flour. So basically, so guys, I don't really, as I say, measure. This is how I do my cooking, and this is how I get it to my liking. And I got the corn flour mixed in. Then I'm going to be doing about a teaspoon of baking powder. And I do not have fine salt. We use Himalaya pink salt. So I'm just going to drop in some salt. And to make this a little bit more on the spicy side, I'm going to be adding some chili flakes from Knorr. So I use my hand and I measure how much I want. Honestly, this gives the chicken such a nice taste. It really cuts through the the tanginess and the sweetness. So now that I have all of this really nicely mixed up, I want to just go ahead and add my egg white. So they say to add 1 egg white, so I'm just adding 1 as well. Just giving that a stir. And lastly, we're going to be adding some chilled water, and I'm just going to add the water. This is going to make the batter really nice and smooth. And then I'm just stirring all of this together. Just going to add a little bit more of that corn flour mixture that we had here, and some of the baking powder. So as I said, you can use your discretion and you can go ahead and create your base. You don't need to add the chili flakes, but I just feel the chili flakes makes it a bit more tasty. So this is how your batter basically should be, and you just want to make sure that it's not thick, so it coats the chicken really nice and it gets into the chicken. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be like taking some of the chicken and putting it into the batter, and then I'm going to heat my pot up on the stove, a deep frying pan, and I'm just going to fry these bad boys. So we're just gonna let this soak a bit, let that batter work its way into the chicken, and we are going to be moving along and heating up the stove. Okay, beauty babes, so on the stove I have my saucepan with oil in it. As you guys can see, I decided to go ahead and put that in a saucepan because I don't like using a kadai dish or a frying pan, so I like the saucepan because it's nice and deep. And then I have my chicken right here, which I'm going to apply to the oil. Now this part here can be a bit dangerous, so if you are young, you should get your mom or dad to help you. And I'm using my hands, and I am basically picking up pieces of chicken. I'm going to actually put it here, pieces of chicken, and I am just randomly putting them into the pot, and they will automatically fry and float, and they will come to the top. I think for me this is the part that really irritates me, because each time I gotta wait until it's ready, and I have so much to do, and I need to get a bigger saucepan or big frying pan. But honestly guys, I just like it the way it is. It's going to be messy. Yes, it's going to be messy, but it's something that's so worth it at the end. So just bear with me. I'm going to go ahead and fry all of these, and I will see you guys on the other side. Okay, beauty babes, so this is a pan that I sprayed some cooking spray on. I'm just going to go ahead and add my pepper, and I'm just going to let that kind of cook in the pan. Okay guys, so my pepper is getting nicely sauteed, and as you guys can see, it's like cooking up really well. This is the chicken that I fried into pieces, and I deep fried them to get this beautiful, as you guys can see, this crispy coat. So I'm just gonna throw in my chicken. I'm gonna actually use my hands because I don't want the crumbs. So this is the sauce that we made earlier on, and I'm gonna go in with the sauce. basically going to mix all of the chicken into the sauce. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding some mixed nuts and seeds. Actually it's mixed seeds, not nuts, my mistake. And this has like all your mixed seeds, and I'm just gonna drizzle that over. I'm gonna switch the stove off because this is done. Just gonna give it some of that. And there you go, we have the finished result. I'm going to be dishing this out on a plate and serving it to you guys. Okay, my lovelies, I'm going to be decorating the plate for you guys. So I went ahead quickly and I made more sauce because I figured out I'll be needing more sauce. Then I have my noodles right here. You can do anything, you can even put it in wraps, but I just like noodles when I eat this. This is the eggless noodles that I get from Checkers, and I'm just gonna do about that much is fine. So this is the chicken, and I am going to be like placing the chicken onto the noodles. And now I'm just going to be taking the second batch of sauce that I made, and I'm going to drizzle it around just so the noodles can get the same taste. And finish up with some seeds. And there you have it, your own sweet and sour chicken chow mein, or whatever you want to call it. It is done and ready to be dived into. You can also go ahead and mix the noodles in with your sweet and sour chicken, or you can do it the way I did it and you can dish it out separately. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye guys.